Hey guys, welcome to this very special challenge that I am calling Planning 2021, the next 90 days. And we'll go ahead and get started in just a couple minutes. Let's just wait for a couple people to come on board, but I've got some more show and tells, including, get this, thank goodness for great marketers. But I now have very cute little signs if something is on fire, if something's 100%, right? If there's stop, wait, I didn't get it, I need to learn more. If there's LOL funny, you can use that for these cards. Okay, if there's applause, and if there's a thumbs up. So from now on in the group, we are going to be playing with emojis, or you can choose your own. But I wanted to make the Zooms a little more exciting. And I've been asking questions on how can we, I just want you guys to come and play with me and create with me. And I'm going to need some co-creative help because I've got a big vision for 2021. And with that said, I also have gotten up the new sales page. It's the modified for 2021 sales page for Quest. If you're already in Quest, you're good, but you need to tell me you're good and you want to stay for 2021. Some of you I hear from a lot, some of you I hardly hear from, and I've emailed probably 12 of you because there's been some absence in your attendance. Not that you're required to attend these, but I would like to create a group who really wants to attend these. So for the next week and a half through the 7th, yes, the 7th of January, I have a very, very special rate. So if you're not on Quest and you want to join, come join us. What it's going to include that's going to be different than what we do now is these Zooms that I'm doing every single week. You're going to have a special Zoomy link. And instead of, talking to all of you, I'm really going to be answering the questions from our Questers and then kind of coming on to the Zoom in a different way. I'm also going to gift you guys, or gift, I don't know, as a part of it, a single 1-month group session. Okay. So that is like Quest 1. And then there's Quest VIP. And I have a remarkably low rate for the next, week and a half, where you can get Quest VIP. And what that's going to include is all of that, and it's all written up on the sales page, and I'll put the link below, but you'll get all of that. Plus, I'm also going to give you an individual session every single month. So that's kind of what Quest is going to look like. It took me a while to be like, okay, so what's in Launch Lab, what's in Quest, what's in my, I've got all these new Trello like systems that are coming out. And I'm like, okay, let me just get things really clear. So after clearing the noise myself for I've done it 2 days now in a row, the whole thing, I really have gotten clear on how this next year is going to roll out for me. So let's dive into some of the cool magic of creating a 90-day plan with kind of an energetic being vision of the 2021, 2022, 2023, and the energy beyond. So Quest, right? It has its own Quester method. And I've kind of come up with 2 things that I want to introduce you to that's going to be a part of Quest. And one of them is called the double diamond. And I kind of had heard this term, and it wasn't exactly how I'm using it, but I liked the way it was called. And it made me think of kind of like contraction, expansion in the middle of the diamond, and contraction, and kind of this like ebb and flow in these diamonds. So I really loved, we might even have like a triple diamond coming. But what I was thinking our double diamond would be like we come together at every 90 days. I mean, we're going to come together every week, but when we do this, what we're doing today, it's like, okay, we're coming together and those sparks are starting from the middle of that diamond, right? And we're going to really, really expand out to play and connect with consciousness and the universe, to have a co-creative effect with our vision, right? So we kind of spark out our diamond. And then when we feel that we're contracting in, right, to kind of do the action steps and the things that we have a point of view about, right? Well, then we can blossom back out and expand again and play with clearing out the crap of, the doing steps, right? When you're doing on yourself, or you've concluded that you have to do certain things, right? So it'll be kind of like an in and then out, and then in and then out. And I was using a double diamond, right? For the first diamond being like the big vision diamond, like the outer diamond. And then another diamond in as our actual action steps, right? Our routines, our habits, how we want to create our lighthouses, basically. Does that make sense? And if it does, go ahead and put up a thumbs up. I've always wanted to. And we will get this party started right now. Okay. All right. So yes, if it makes sense, do a thumbs up. If you have a question, go ahead and put the stop sign. All right, in the chat. Okay. These aren't coming up very clear on my screen, by the way. Sorry about that. All right. I'll talk more about Quest when we get towards the end. I really just kind of wanted to take you into a, part of Quest and part of if you go into I don't know what I'm doing, like a lot, I mean, you're kind of a part of my clan, right? Because we are creatives and we go into this ebb and flow, and we have to manage our energy all the time because we're humanoid and we have to manage our energy all the time, right? So of course we would go into noise, and we have tools for that, right? I mean, that's the value and the gift of all of this work, through the clearing processes, clearing the noise, through breath work, through meditation, through the awesomeness, right? Through the B factor, right? All those are tools within this program so that you can be able to just play with the double diamonds of your life, right? Where you can expand out, and then you have that nudge and oh, I got contracted again, I got my noise again. Okay, great. Well, you've got tools for that now. Cool. So, as we create together in this next year, I will keep reminding you of our tools together and the foundation of some of the access consciousness tools to keep the energy expanding and flowing as we create better lives and better businesses. Cool. Thumbs up for that. Yeah. All right. Well, either way, it's fun for me to do. Hi, Beth. Hi, Faith. Hi, Diane. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so let's just kind of start with like as if you needed a clean slate. I know that all of you don't, but if you did, let's just kind of start with a clean slate. And I wish I had a good picture for this, but I want you to kind of visualize this. My battery is still going down on my computer, which is really weird. I'm thinking, how much could I possibly be? I guess my camera sucks. I mean, sucks as far as it sucks energy. So we may have to go to the Facebook cam in a little bit, but we'll keep going. I'll let you know when I get down, if it gets down that low as it did last time. So like think of a circle, and you might just want to pull out like a couple sheets of paper now, because this will probably be something that you do after this class, but pull out a sheet of paper and just put on top what I really enjoy in life. Okay. What I really enjoy in life. And I want you to think of like from the time you were 6 years old and any of the real joys that you had. It could be riding a roller coaster, right? All the whispers that come out, right? You're not trying to find anything out of this. So erase, erase, erase everywhere where you've come to conclusion about this one task, okay? Whew, and everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate? Okay, take a breath. So all we want to do is from a very present place, just kind of take a little journey down memory lane and down yesterday and really get into like, what is it that juices me? What is it that makes me giggle or laugh or things like that, right? What is it that I really enjoy? And now some of these might be metaphors to create on. But if we're just going to start straight, what is it that we really enjoy? Okay. And then on the other side, I want you to write, hold on, I just want to get this straight. I don't want to do it wrong. Okay. What am I really good at? Right. And think of these as kind of like interlocking circles, right? What am I really good at? Okay. And it could also be, what do I think I'm really good at, right? That or what do I think I could be really good at? Like if you're going to do a cooking show or something like that, right? Could you put your heart, is it something that you enjoy and you could really dive into and be really good at? Okay. So again, no conclusions, just take a piece of paper. You don't have to do it right now, but start writing that down. This is your homework after this class. And then I want you to look at those two lists. And from those two lists, I want to see if you kind of come up with other noise or other whispers, right? So there would be conclusionary noise, right? About how you've seen people do things in this reality. And then there's like the whispers, right? Wow, we really love the ups and downs of roller coasters. There's that thrill, that dopamine rush. What else could give me that dopamine rush, right? You know, there's a friend online that I'm friends with. Her name's Allie, and she does what she calls tiny offers. And she said, as much as I wanted to just like ask for the big ticket, I had to start with like these, tiny $17 offers because I needed the dopamine rush to like keep me going, right? And since there is such thing as a funnel in the internet marketing world, it's worked out really, really good. But if I hadn't have had that like positive feedback and that little ride of energy and win, right, I wouldn't have kept my business growing. So there might be something for you in things like that. Okay. It might be just the opposite. Like, no, I want the challenge of going big, growing big, right? Give me the challenge of that. So this is kind of going to be like those of you that aren't clear at all, right? I want you to go ahead and kind of play with that. Cool. Thumbs up for that. Yeah. Applause. Laugh out loud. All right. Is it on fire? Gotta love little tricks like that. All right. Okay. So I know a lot of you know what you're doing already. So let's just move forward in assuming that you're like, I do enjoy this. I am good at this, right? Because one of the things that, I despise certain things about online business, right? And then I ecstatically love other things. And I've gotten really clear on, even like the way that I coach, I've gotten really clear on too many individual coaching sessions with the wrong people will drain me. But coaching sessions with great people that I truly adore and can really see the gift of them changing a lot of people's lives, that is life-changing for me. I love that work. These group coaching calls, I love this work. What I don't love is right now I'm changing my, it was just time for me to look at the processes and how my emails went out. So I'm changing email servers. I'm changing my shopping cart. I've already changed my merchant account. I'm, changing up even all my credit cards because it's time for me to start fresh and to really be impeccable with money again. I've shared that on a couple of these calls. That's one of my lighthouses. That's what could we use as a hand symbol for lighthouse? That's one of my lighthouses. We'll figure out one. But so one of the lighthouses is be impeccable with money for me this year, because I ended up, and here's kind of if you ever needed a reason to go for it first or take action first, well, here it is, because until I did that, the last free 5-day challenge where I showed up on video for 5 days in a row and kind of launched this weekly thing, I was getting what am I going to do next? And it was this complacent, boring person that I no longer wanted to be. And when I did that work and I said things like, oh, I used to write these mantras. There was a show and tell that I did where I showed you all the mantras that I wrote about how money comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. That wasn't exactly what it was, but it was something like it comes to me in abundance with ease or something. And, those habits and tasks really elevated me at one point, and I've kind of forgot those practices, which is one of the great values to really committing to work together with Quest, or through the Launch Lab, which I'm probably going to launch in April. But all of that is, ways to create change, which I am a yes for. Is there a hand raising one here? We'll give it an applause. Okay. 100% applause. Okay. I'm just having a little too much fun with that. I'll stop, or maybe I'll keep going. All right. So where do you start? Where do you start if you're I don't know what I want to do? So you've got that joy, and what am I good at, and where does it intersect? And then can I create something that people want, right? Are you fulfilling a need? I did this a few days ago just to see how it would go out. And I had to do probably 5 different clearings. It's erase, 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 because I was I already know my kind of path, right? I'm a facilitator, right? But I'm also, I guess I really want to be like, the girl that helps with high performance and productivity and actually has like a solid systems and tools to, and beautiful ones. That's kind of the next level of this, of where I want to go, is like these gorgeous high-end planning systems that either, and there can be some, in digital form. And, I really want something for all levels, right? If you don't want to buy $1,000 planner, we have all this, right? We've got this digital stuff and we've got the PDFs and things like that. So, but it's going to go way beyond last year's quest book, right? Which I am going to start this year with. Everyone that gets the VIP is going to get a quest book this year, which, because it's still such a good, valuable tool, because it starts you up with the questions. Okay. All right, there's my little commercial. All right, let's go back to, okay, we've got you clear what you enjoy, what you're good at, right? So then if you kind of have a ton of things, like what you could offer or make or sell, right? Then we've got the money matrix for you, right? If you don't know about that, let me know and I'll give you a link, because it's really been a game changer for me, because what it does is it helps you make a decision, right? It helps you look at like the effort level, how your vibe level, right? The money, the investment, and a few different areas, like if you need collaborators or help or things like that. So it looks at all these different levels. So the money matrix is like a free, PDF goodie that I have on my main site. I think you can get it right at jeneth.com/freebies. And if not, let me know. So, but then you can make a grand decision on what you're really choosing. All right, Carrie, you need the link. All right, I'll find it for you. I'll put it in this feed at the end. Okay. All right, so let's go into, God, I have so many notes for this class. I'm like, dude. All right, so let's, okay, kind of go into the energy of, the next project you want to do. Okay. So, and hopefully you do. Can you give me a thumbs up if you know kind of a little glimmer on what you want to choose for even like from January to the end of March? Oh, did my camera go out? Boo-hoo. All right, well, fine. So you can still hear me. So I think I'm going to need to get a cord for this camera. At least it starts out pretty. It's going through battery so fast. All right. And the good news is now I can take it out once I get the other one up, so it doesn't keep draining my computer. All right. Where is Zoom? I have lost Zoom. There's Zoom. Okay. Let's see if I just click on this, does it work? No. Okay. All right, we're back to the boring FaceTime camera. Guys, come on. Oh, well, that was a good segue. Here, I'm going to unplug this thing. And my FaceTime camera doesn't even seem working. Hello? Oh, okay, I'm back. Here I am. All right. So let's plan it. Okay, so let's start. So we've got kind of this idea, right? Maybe you've got your 5 lighthouses. If you don't have I don't know if you want to go through the questions today, but let's just go through a couple. One of the greatest gift was me having something that's like, I'm not clear today. And I could go back to a booklet and go, okay, well then let's do the little 5-minute wish list quest, right? Let's do these various different quests and let's get clear again. Or let's look at the last one and see if the vision is still the same. So the very first quest is very similar to these other questions. And those other questions are going to be a part of the beginning of this. But it's simply set a timer for 5 minutes and ask the question, what do I wish for? Right? What do I wish for? What do I wish was different in my life? Okay. And you can do like 2 sets of 5 minutes, or you can do one, but it's very interesting because I've done this probably hands-on with, and not in a group, close to 100 people. And when I ask the question, you know, and I will be with them for the 5 minutes and force them to go because they won't do it on their own. No, sometimes they do. But when I'm there and I force them to, like when they have to write, like what do they wish was different or what do they wish for 5 minutes? What I find is that some of the last things that they say kind of speaks to the energy of it. And some of the first things are like money, a better body. It's like all external stuff. I shouldn't even have told you that. I should have made you do the task, but that's like the big aha with all this, right? It's like, so great, let's request the energy in our lighthouse first, right? So if we're gonna let's just create one lighthouse today, and then we'll work with those double diamonds and play with it. Is this fun? I think it's fun. All right, so like one of my lighthouses is all around money. So there I have one around body too. I always seem to have those two at the beginning of the year. How about that? So you pick your lighthouse, right? And I want you to, and if you want to take the 5 minutes to write, you can. But let's kind of bypass that, or let's see if we can bypass it, right? And get down to what's the energy that you get when you have the money, or you have the body, or you have the relationship. Like, what is that energy? What is the energy of that, right? Because it's kind of like there's an ease, there's a peace, there's joy, play, flow, right? And these are kind of the things that you want to make sure that you include in your guiding light, your lighthouse, so to speak, right? So let's go ahead and, you know, why don't you type in the chat, like some of the, you don't have to say what your goal is, right? You don't have to say what your lighthouse is. I'm trying to call them lighthouses because I want them to be like guiding lights instead of like, I have to achieve this with my hustle and grit. Although I do like that, I do think we need a little hustle in our life, a little grit. But I want this to be like you co-create it with the universe. So, you know, get your desires, and then we can ask questions to clear out the crap to get us more in alignment with them. And if we can't get ourselves in alignment with them, then we might as well let them go until the time is right for us to pick them back up, is kind of my point of view. Cool. All right. Who wants to, what emotion is happening now? Is it funny? No, maybe not. But on fire, thumbs up, applause. Yes, 100%. Or is it stop, wait, I don't understand anything. All right. So let me know in the feed. Okay. All right. How y'all doing out there? Cool. All right. It looks like Anastasia is having a little party out there. Anastasia, I looked at your site and it's like, oh my gosh, your little doggy looks just like my doggy from the back. Mine is a black nose cur. She's only a year old right now, but it was kind of cute. I like to kind of see who I'm speaking with when people are in my group. So I'm nosy like that. Cool. So you're excited? Yes. Okay, good. All right. So cool. I wish they'd show me more in the feed sometimes. All right. Ah, your puppy is a Ridgeback. I don't know what this is. I'll have to Google it when I get off. Yeah, I didn't use to, so I have a big Facebook following because I had a big thing once. But I don't, if you look at my personal feed, I'll only post like a couple of things for my family. But this group I would like to grow and keep us showing up. So I might be more on Facebook this year. So we'll see. Cool. All right. Okay. So now that I've let your ADD, OCD, and autism all together move around a bit with some nonsense and fun conversation, tell me if you, it looks like Sharon kind of has your idea of your thing. Faith has an idea. I guess, Anastasia, your excitement is good. Anybody else want to say yes to Beth? I haven't heard from you in a while, and Diane, I haven't heard from you. Maybe I missed it, but are you ready? Okay, so here's kind of the nitty gritty of how I do it. And this is like when the double diamonds will really play out in my life, because I want to create from the energy. I want to co-create with consciousness. I don't want to, create from this like dread and conclusion and boredom, which I do sometimes, just because that's how everyone I think does it. No? Okay, so let's try to play from our double diamonds. Okay, cool. So after you kind of get your lighthouse thing, I've talked a little bit about this too. There's the next thing is what I call bounce time. And this is kind of like, what are my specific steps? Does this lighthouse, is it requesting of me or asking of me? So on your next page, you will start to make your bounce time and ask the thing, okay, energy of the, what it feels like when I have the body, what I sense when I've got the money or the relationship or, the house. I don't know. Does anybody want a house? I'm just kidding. The beach house. The additional 4 houses that you can also rent out and get passive revenue from Airbnb. Okay. So all of that. And here I'm gonna, so stay with me. Hold on. You're gonna lose the mic, but I'm losing my battery. So let me make sure you can hear me again. Sorry about that. I promise that after this week, this won't happen ever again, because I am really, okay, so now, yeah, okay, good. It went directly to my internal system. So now you've got that audio and visual, but we're gonna keep going. The first time I did this, it worked totally fine. I don't understand. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, here we go. And there is a reason that I like doing, I'm not that interruption, but sometimes extra, conversations, talk on life. Sometimes it actually lets us like let things sink in. So, so we're gonna keep going. So here we go. Okay, so bounce time. It's okay, lighthouse, what's required,
right? And then you just let the whispers flow. What else is desired, right? And what kind of contracted nonsense can I fire? Or that fire question is also like, is it firing me up? And if it's not, then maybe we need to do a little bit of clearing, right? So that we get out of the noise, or it's just not aligned. If you don't have fire for what you're choosing, there's, it's very hard to create without that passion, that fire, that, I got it. I'm doing this. I'm having it, that, you know, it's just not going to happen. So that's your alignment question, right? Am I fired up? Is it creating sparks? Will it continue to create sparks? And if it doesn't, you either need to clear out the conclusions of your past, right? If you really, really want it, or you've got to choose something else. So, are y'all with me still? Yeah? Or am I just talking to myself here? Did we make the transitions with the camera and the audio okay? Yes. Carrie said she lost me, but I think I'm still here. I'm still here, even though my battery is still dying. All right, we're gonna make this really quick because it's still not living, and I've unplugged everything, so I don't know what the deal is. All right, so bounce time, required, fired. What is it that you desire? Okay, cool. All right, then you get to play. Well, then there's lots of things. Then you calendar block the things that you're a yes on, right? Well, I want to write a book, so I need to block out times to write, right? And you create routines, right? I like the routine of doing this video every week. I want to, basically that came from me doing that 5-day thing. And I was like, I do want to create an audience again. I do love this playing together. So, I'm going to weekly fire myself up and I'm going to fire you up. And here's it real and raw. So, that's kind of, the actions create. Every action, every choice creates, right? And then once you get it on your calendar, so it's calendaring items, routine items, planning times to do things that you've learned that's new time, right? Like, so if you have to get educated on something, you also have to plan time to implement that education. So that's something I block in my calendar. You know, asking questions, how else can I, create this, figure this out? How else can it expand my world, right? And then as soon as that double diamond gets contracted again, then you need to do your practices, clearing the noise, meditation, breath work, your practice, right? Your tarot cards, whatever it is. That's just a recalibration of energy. That doesn't mean you scrap the vision and start again. How many times have you scrapped the vision, right? I need one that's raising hands because this looks like stop. So thumbs up if you've like restarted, over and over again. And it's not because you failed, it's just because it wasn't aligned. Or maybe you shouldn't have restarted again. How many times have you written a vision that's so similar to the first vision? Because, about like over the summer when I was just kind of being mom with my daughter, I was like, no, I'm just going to let this business go. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to start something new. And I just was like, kind of in this like, did you just put up a side it looks like a side cookie, but I think it's a oven mitten. Faith. Gotta have faith. So, I mean, how many times have you done that? What if this is the year that, okay, you create your 90 days, you write your 90-day note, and oh, and if you need the 90-day note, I've got a free tool for that too. So every 90 days, and that's what we're going to do on the next class, by the way. We're going to kind of cultivate our note again together. And then we're going to go and work 90 days and clear out the crap every single time. And then at the end of that 90 days, we're going to do this all over again, right? But in that case, we're just going to review it and then ask the energy. Is it still bouncing for me, right? Is it still desire, fire? And am I still asking what's required, right? Like this is, you know, a system that I use to grow my business, right? Now, do I also have like, I've got the Trello tools, right? Because that Trello tool, what do I use that for? To remind me who I am and my vision, and also put my tasks in there, right? That's what that's for. Do I use a calendar, right? Yes, because I have appointments with clients, right? They even put themselves on the calendar now. Oh, my battery's going up, guys. Good. So there's no urgency anymore. Although there's always urgency. Okay. So, you know, then, I mean, and there are times that you need to learn something new, right? Well, that's not really this program, right? Will I tell you how I do things? Yes, but no, this is about playing from the energy, creating life from the energy, and creating it in each moment, keeping yourself out of the noise, keeping yourself in a momentum, keeping yourself choosing the next action step. And I will also show you some of the things that, you know, I do so that you can have them too. Talking about things I do, I mentioned that I'm changing my shopping cart. You know, it was it's kind of funny because I made this decision to change the shopping cart, I don't know, probably in September. And I needed like some fuel under the fire because it is like a daunting task. I mean, I've got like, what? Well, I'm only actually moving over about probably 9 products. And, you know, it's like the way that it's done, it's like it kind of wants, like if you're selling a shirt, it to look like a shirt, right? So I'm selling Sexy Money, and I do have a graphic for that, but none of them are consistent. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to put everything in this shopping cart that wants me to put like a shirt in it when I'm like selling these like, you know, digital things or membership things? And so I've had to find ways to, you know, create these images to kind of give you an inkling of what it is. So it'll be interesting as it comes out. I'm calling the shopping cart right now. It may change. I might just go and call, like I've got the main site, jeneth.com, and I think I'm gonna call, you know, this, like, I'm trying to decide if my actual physical planners are going to be different than my Jeneth. So I'm calling it Hot Hustle right now. It's like the French word is actually pronounced ooh, ooh. I had to listen to it like 18 times on Wikipedia to get the actual sound of it. It sounds like I was like oatmeal, but yeah, it's like, oh, that's how it sounds in French, but it's in English, it's kind of like hout, or hout, right? Anyway, I've gone on a tangent. Okay. All right. Did you get some time to write some notes? Are you clearer on your bounce time? Or are you like, so one of the things that I know about my clients is that when I ask them to bounce, right, and I don't actually bounce with them. Um, yes, Diane, that's correct. Out. Thumbs up. One of the things that I find, like, Diane, you're a client. You're creating something cool. Sometime, and I haven't really bounced with her yet. We kind of got clear on like the big blocks of things, but we haven't really, bounced in the desire require. Well, we kind of bounced in the desire, I think, but not in the require and what's like really sparking the energy. And I think as she takes more actions and creates, we will. But one of the things that we did talk about, and Diane, is okay if I talk about this? I guess I'm just going to keep going. I guess I shouldn't have pointed you out, but we were talking about, and I guess a lot of you people, if you're creating this way, are creating videos, right? So we were talking about how, like, being the energy and showing up on the videos as you create this, right? And it was she was kind of like, she's in this like Neptune where she's supposed to dance and sing and kind of play, right, in a more of a creative way. And I was like, well, that's the conclusion there, right? Because you've concluded that crafting a beautiful training or a video where you're educating or teaching is not artful, like, seeding, like gardening or dancing, right? And when you can flip those things, and you can flip them like that, and you just change your perspective a little bit. I have a couple things I want to bring up on perspective too. But when you can flip them, then you can really get to this like beautiful space that, well, for one, you show up on these videos and you don't have to look perfect, right? You've got lighting for that and a good camera. That doesn't always hold battery very long. But no, I mean, truly, you just have to be there for people, right? You just have to, show and share your vulnerabilities often, and and people get it, right? Yeah. And you get to process out all the freaking challenges, like the battery dying halfway through a great video, right? Or you having a shadow on your face, or realizing that you've got a dildo behind you. Just kidding. I didn't say that. I just thought it, right? But seriously, I mean, you get past it, right? Like one of my first videos was my son said, well, can you get the drapes out of it? I'm like, I don't know that, yeah, I get that it's not perfect when it's not plain in the back, but I don't know. I don't have much space back here. I have to get really close to get rid of the drapes. Did you notice that when I had the camera set up? I think it did. So anyway, things like that, yes, it matters, but it also doesn't matter. I mean, yes, is it great to do things professional? Do you have to do it perfect? Do you have to do it perfect from the beginning? How many people have really loved watching people just grow, right? The growth of, an evolution of their work or their body or their brand, right? It's cool, seriously cool. All right, I haven't really talked with you much on this one. Sharon said, let's hear it for good lighting and good camera. So funny. Good. I'm happy to hear that you're in action, Diane. Thank you. All right. Okay. So I have like more notes than I can go through today, but I feel like I want you guys to kind of end in a very spacious, playful place. So, and I've kind of been, this has been very like tactical. So let's kind of just take a minute and kind of play in the expansive energy so we can leave this call and you can write, you know, your whispers, right? Write your whispers of what do you enjoy? Write your whispers about what you want to create in the next 90 days. Write the whispers on what you wish was different, right? And get really detailed and specific, and always ask for more about what you want next. Okay. So go ahead and just take a minute and whew, close your eyes just for a minute. I've gone through like way too many like teachy things today, and I would like to just kind of take a moment, get you back into your being, so you're in that sparking open diamond, and then you can write your whispers from there. And I'll talk a little bit about Quest if I've got battery. Just kidding. I think I'd have battery. Okay. Just close your eyes for a minute, start up that energy of awesomeness. And if you're new, just kind of tap into the group. Most of them know it, this energy. Okay. Just kind of tap into it, play. Start, have it allowing in the sensations of maybe steam going up and down your spine. Your shoulders dropping, just a nugget. And how far out right now can you expand? And all the noise that you have that's keeping you from that expansion, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate? How much of other people's noise are you having and allowing as interference? And would you now destroy and uncreate everything that is? And take a breath. And disconnect from the cords of the collective. Everywhere where that just brought up the collective and you didn't disconnect, but you brought it up, would you destroy and uncreate that? And expand out. And notice your body. Become aware of your feet, your legs, how they are in the earth in this moment. Moving on up through your torso. How is it right here in your seat? Moving on up to your neck and shoulders. Asking anything that's tight to let go. Asking it for any other awareness. What does it require, desire? How much on fire is it? Moving on up to the neck, throat, how you speak, how you open your lips, your nose, eyes, ears, hair. Cool. And with your body here and this expansion, what now? And what whispers can you in the universe open the door to? Yeah. All right. And now, from this energy, space, and consciousness and choice, I want you to ask for the fictional realities that you're creating by to be removed. Remove, remove, remove. Other lies and implants keeping you operating from lack and not abundance, destroy and uncreate. Take a breath. And from this creative place, I just wanted to take a moment and share with you how Quest is going to go. I kind of, failed the last few times in bringing, a real solid Quest into the world because I really wanted it just to be a program, and I didn't really want to do it with you. So I want to tell you, it's kind of a choose your own adventure program, right? Like, you're going to choose your lighthouses, and then we're going to, as a group, hold each other accountable to creating them, to making objectives. Gosh, some words are crazy after meditation, aren't they? Each week. And what did you do? What didn't you do? Of course, you're going to have all these, tools to clear the noise, expand the energy. I'm going to be doing them with you, like today's call. And you're going to have nudges to, keep you expanding your energetic signature, keep moving to requesting signposts from your lighthouses to keep you on track, to keep awakening you. We're going to play with some dragons, as we always do. There's some bonus items in here if you want Quest. There's a bonus where I just kind of take you through everything. This year there's 2 versions. There's a VIP version where you get to have a session with me every month, right? You also get our private group session with all the other questers. And then you keep getting to play with me on Facebook like this, except in this next year, I'm going to give you the Zoom link as well. So you can choose if you want to play on Facebook or Zoom. Well, that may change. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm thinking I might give you guys a Zoom link as things grow. So you've got more of my private attention. And then, and that's for both Quest. And then, of course, there'll still be this group. If you just feel like, no, I just want to be a part of this group and it's working for me and I'm liking it. Yeah, come, right? Come join us here on Facebook. I'm going to keep this open as well. So it's going to be a monthly, the price is as low as it's ever going to be. Some of you are in a price point even lower than this. But that's what I'm growing this year, and be great if you were the charter member from the beginning. So if you want in, this would be your time. If you want in at a low cost, this is your time. So that is Quest. Do you guys have any questions about anything, right, today that we went through? Like anything at all? I'm just kind of curious, because now that I've got battery life, we can do whatever you want. So let me know. Any questions? It's been super, super fun playing with you guys today. And thanks for showing up live. I mean, it really makes a difference, even if I'm, I just really enjoy playing with you guys. So With that being said, I think the first group call, I don't have my calendar here. Of course, like I don't have my calendar, but I believe it is the third. So I'm doing these on Tuesdays. I'm doing the group request. Yes, yes, I'm doing these on Tuesdays and the group on Thursdays. And it's the same time. So it's like a Tuesday, Thursday thing if you're in both. Cool. So yeah, so all of it, I mean, I will, like, this is kind of a sad launch, right? But I don't want to, Anastasia, I'm not mailing it to the group because this is exclusive for the Facebook people. So I'm going to send it to you personally. And if any of you else want, a lot of it's on jeneth.com under the shop. So you can see kind of the different things. But here's the link for Quest. Yes, my keyboard has been disconnected as we went through earlier. So Quest also, I didn't even go through it. It has like the full method, right? The full Quest method. So Quest, and we've got like tons of other things too. So as we go through it, Renata, I think I sent you a personal email yesterday. I think it was to your Yahoo, but it had bounced from my main account. So I may need you to email me your new email if something has happened. Or maybe it made it through this time, but through Keep, it's not working. So cool. Oh, you did get it. Okay, good. So that's the right one. Okay, cool. All these logistics, geez. Okay. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like this group, you guys, we are so small right now. If you want something and you think I've got it, even if it's a question, just email me because, until I get big and grandiose and so does my ego again. Just kidding. I'm here for you, and by that time I'll have staff for you. So always feel free if you if you need one simple question. Like I had somebody saying, the messages that you send out in Facebook, like what do you use for that? Which now Facebook blocked me on because I wasn't doing it right. Oops. Good thing I'm not teaching that. All right. Cool. So we are going to meet next Tuesday. I guess that's the 5th of January. Yes, I think so. Same time, same place. And we're going to kind of continue. And really what I want to focus on next week is doing the writing of the 90-day note. So I'll bring out my last last couple of notes, and I'm going to share my last couple of notes, and we'll have a little bit of a show and tell. I should probably find the link for that too. So, so the links I've promised you guys has been the money matrix, the 90-day note, Quest, right? Quest is in the feed. I'm going to come back and put all of these in the feed so I don't type them wrong. The Trello thing. So Diane, the Trello video where I go through it is actually in this Facebook group. If you need me to find it for you, I can. I didn't promote it because I know you like to come for the energy. Most of y'all do. I think most of y'all like to come for both now, but which is perfect, which I love. But it is in here where I just kind of am like, open up my Trello and kind of take you through it. And then I'm going to have these templates that I'm going to have a training behind. So it's going to be called Trello for Bosses. And so I've got Trello for Bosses, which is kind of how I've managed my whole team over these years. And I've got Trello Launch, right, which is just a launch planning system. So, which is, I think you have that Trello for launches, right? That's in the lab. That's in the launch lab. So there you go. All right, round it up, Wonder Woman. I'm going to use that from now on. This is my logo and I need to round it up. Thanks, Faith. That's the link for the Trello thing. Put on lashes that day, you guys. Come on. It's got to be great. I was actually going to use that, and then I realized that I had a lot of like kind of private things that I needed to hide better, so it's being edited. So anyway, way too much information for you guys. All right, same time, same place next week. You have a great, great new year holiday. Really celebrate this year despite it. And let's go into our 90-day notes next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year, New Year's Eve. And we'll talk next Tuesday and get our little butts in gear for this 2021. That's going to be amazing. Probably might have said that at 2019, but I didn't know. Cool. All right. Bye for now. Talk to you later. See ya.